Hi, welcome to another video of iTechnoLabs. Today we're going to talk about AI chatbots and we're going to understand how to create an AI chatbot. We're going to talk about an AI chatbot which you can create with a DIY platform like Voiceflow or any platform that is easily available. Or we're also going to talk about using OpenAI API, or we're also going to talk about deep learning frameworks like TensorFlow or PyTorch, and how you can create your own AI chatbot. So let's get started. All right, so folks, let's get started. Let's try to understand how exactly each of these different options through which you can create your chatbot differ. Right now, let's start with platforms. If you just simply Google online, create a AI chatbot or create a chatbot, you might end up platforms like, let's say, Voiceflow, Botpress. These are two of these very famous two platforms. They're pretty good, but let's understand what they can do for you, what are the limitations, and why, you can start with like $20 or $30 a month with them, and how they can help you until what extent. So let's talk about the first point is directly creating your own chatbot with no code or low platform like Voiceflow or WordPress. Now, what they can do is that you can just go ahead and create the flow of your chatbot through these platforms. They have a system that is called token system. Now, what's going to happen is that once you go ahead and create the flow of your bot, that bot going to go ahead and crawl the entire website, and then based on the data that you have, let's say you have an e-commerce platform, right, and that bot going to go ahead and crawl the e-commerce platform. They're going to understand your return policy, they're going to understand your refund policy, they're going to understand whether you have that product in your inventory or not. Then based on that, if a customer asks, do you have this product or what is the price of this product, your chatbot can tell whether you have that product or not. Whether if a customer says I need a refund, the chatbot can tell your refund policy with the customer, whether you can actually provide a refund to the customer or not. Now, that chatbot also works either Voiceflow or Botpress works on token-based pricing. So for each of these queries, there has to be a few tokens that's going to be deducted based on the kind of plan that you buy from these platforms. These bots going to implement the queries that you that going to be asked by your customer. So if I talk about a small or mid-level business, you can still work with Botpress. How you're going to struggle with Botpress or Voiceflow is that highly customizing based on your own data. For example, if you need reinforced learning that usually the bots does not do with the parent platform, that is what Voiceflow or Botpress is going to teach them, or what their parameter is going to teach them, they can only learn. You cannot teach them by your own parameters. And so you have a sophisticated inventory wherein each of these products are changing on a daily basis. That chatbot may not be the best possible suitable option for you, but yes, those platforms are great. I have not engaged them. If you want to start your AI journey, your AI bot, you can start this platform, going to work best for you. Option number 2. Now we're going to talk about OpenAI. ChatGPT's parent company is OpenAI. Now, if I talk about creating a chatbot with OpenAI, how it's going to work is that OpenAI is a NLP, natural language processing, okay? And what it's going to do is that once you integrate the OpenAI with your chatbot, what happens that you don't have to create your own natural language processing. What OpenAI can do is that it can learn based on the kind of interaction that you want with your customer. It can learn on your data, okay, and it can do a very natural flow of communication. Now, why people use OpenAI is that you don't have to spend a lot of money, just like I said before in option 1, that okay, the platforms like Voiceflow or Botpress have to spend a lot of their own money reinforcing learning to the bot which you're buying from that platform. So if I talk about starting your own bot, right? If you have the OpenAI API integrated to your bot, the bot itself going to start conversing, okay, with your data, right? It's gonna have the set of data that you want, right, to build. Now you don't want to go ahead and start your own NLP. That's going to be very that's going to be very expensive for you. Okay, so what the best solution that you have is, right, integrate the OpenAI so that you hire a developer, AI developer, and then you integrate that OpenAI API so that it can start doing a very, very natural flow of conversation with your, with your customer. Now, why you should use OpenAI? First of all, the biggest advantage is that you don't have to do any kind of research or any kind of investment into creating your own NLP, natural language processing. The bot itself can interact with the, with the customer with a very natural flow of communication. All you have to do is that hire an AI engineer, and it's going to integrate the OpenAI API with your data to create a very fluid flow of chatbot, right? Now, you may ask me, hey, Pranjal, why should we spend more money on OpenAI API? I can just simply go ahead and buy a bot at $20 at Voiceflow. Now, the thing is that if you would like to do more customization, how do you want to read, how do you want to the data to flow in your on your system. So these things from A to Z, from start to finish, you can control those parameters if you create your own custom chatbot with OpenAI API. Now, if I talk about the other parameters like Voiceflow or a Botpress or any other do it by yourself or no code, low code platforms, they have their systematic way of creating flows which you need to follow. So biggest advantage of creating a chatbot with OpenAI API is that you have full control how you want the bot to behave. Option number 3, when we talk about a more advanced form of chatbot, right? Now you might ask me again, why do we need more advanced, right? Why not OpenAI? Because ChatGPT, if I talk about the ChatGPT model 4 or 5, it can do a lot of wonders in terms of how the chatbot interacts with your data. Now, if I talk about, a more sophisticated form of bot, so wherein you would like to control more of their statistics in terms of how the emotions going to flow, how the minute details of your data going to flow, how exactly the bot going to interact with, let's say, voice command, how the bot going to interact with video interactions, video, or if you'd like to make sure that your chatbot authenticates with face recognitions. A lot of the things, if you need more advanced features, you want the control of emotions of the chatbot in your own hand. So what you need to do is that you have to go with option 3, and you have to use a deep learning framework like PyTorch or TensorFlow. So PyTorch is developed by Google and TensorFlow is developed by Meta AI. Okay, so what these deep learning frameworks going to do is that it's going to go ahead and reinforce learning based on your data. It's going to have the control from the start to finish how you want the bot to be, what kind of emotions, what kind of data you would like to get, or what kind of different level of interaction, whether you can control not just with language processing, you want it to interact with the voice, you would interact with the face recognition, with the video, lot of other things that you have the control into the effect if you start using a deep learning framework and started creating. Now, what is the cons of it is that you need to have your own set of data to make sure the deep learning frameworks learns based on your data. Now, you also have to use libraries like Hugging Face to make sure that the process of creating the AI chatbot combines with deep learning and libraries like Hugging Face to make sure you get the desired output that you require, the kind of customization that you require for your AI chatbot. The process of creating that highly customized chatbot is going to be longer than the previous one that I said. First of all, if you just go ahead and use a chatbot from no code or low code platforms, then the more timing it's going to be taken if you create an OpenAI. Now, if you like an OpenAI API, now if you go to third option, creating a chatbot, AI chatbot with TensorFlow, deep learning frameworks like TensorFlow and PyTorch, the timing going to be more and more higher. But also, it's going to be more and more custom. You have more and more control on the chatbot, the emotions, and the type of interactions that you want, right? Now, the next question that you have is that which one is suitable for me? Now, if I define this in one word, is that that depends on based on your requirements. If you're just starting, right? If you just give it a shot, you can go with Voiceflow or like Botpress. You can give it a shot, create your own workflow. It's a no-code local platform. Launch it, try it, buy some tokens, give it a shot. Now, if you already have a business, right? If you have like hundreds or thousands of visitors coming online every day, right? And you have like your inventories that is changing every day or every week, you should go with your own custom chatbot, and you should use OpenAI API to make sure you interact with your customers. Now, if you have a big business, right, you have a very large set of data, and you want to make sure is that you don't want to compromise with integrating any third-party API. You don't want your data to go anywhere else other than your own servers. What you should do is that hire an AI engineer team or data scientist team, and make sure that you have the desired data to create the AI chatbot. You understand you have the desired data to reinforce learning for that chatbot, and then you start with option 3, going ahead with PyTorch or TensorFlow, this deep learning framework. Use Hugging Face library, and make sure you have a custom coded AI chatbot that is 100% for you. No data is going to anywhere to any API or anything like that. It's strictly going to learn on your data, okay? And it's going to be highly customizable as you like, but it's going to be the most expensive one out of all these 3, right? So hope you guys understood what are the options do you have if you would like to create an AI chatbot. What are the options do you have? Which one is right for you? Okay. And I hope that if this video is helpful to you, please do like and subscribe our iTechnoLabs channel. It's going to help us a lot. And I hope if you need any help with any kind of AI chatbot development, right, please do contact us. Okay. The contact information is on your screen right now. Okay. We are highly skilled, and we have created hundreds of chatbots for customers. If you would like, we can give you the demo of the chatbots that we have created, and hope if you require any kind of AI chatbot development, we would be very grateful and be most welcoming to make sure that you achieve your desired results in terms of the kind of chatbot that you would like to develop. All right, guys, so that's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Thank you very much.